5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take a breath. Let's dive in. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our podcast. The title of today's episode is New Year, Same You. It's the dawn of a new year, and instead of making hasty resolutions, we're going to focus on setting realistic, achievable goals. I think we should just start with a little bit of reflection. Looking back on last year, take a moment and make a list of things that didn't quite go your way. Ask yourself, why didn't they go as planned? Was it because of lack of execution, or was it simply poor planning? And I would like to start off with a little story. A year ago to this day, I decided to start the Magnificent Ones podcast. Many times before, I set the goal that I was going to do a podcast with my friends, and it never quite worked out. It never went the way that I thought it would go. It never manifested itself in anything. It just didn't work out. And something just spurred inside of me last year, and it wasn't motivation. It was a feeling of, if I didn't start now, I would never start. Overall in my life, I know that I'm a very disciplined person. I know this. At the time, this time last year, my daughter was 5 months old, and 2 o'clock in the morning, I did the first episode of the Magnificent Ones podcast. And I remember it vividly. I remember there were moments during the episode where I had to take my mouth away from the mic to kind of coo my daughter to sleep, because I just knew I had to start. And I know that there were moments where I was going in and out of the microphone, but I didn't care. The important thing was that I started the process, and the more I do the podcasting is the better I become at it. But I think to myself today, in reflecting, that if I had to be motivated to just start, I never would have started, because each time a friend just didn't do their part, or it just didn't work out, my motivation would have suffered because of it. But there are going to be moments where you just have to dive into that river of uncertainty. And when you dive into that river of uncertainty, it's going to reveal your true colors, who you really are when push comes to shove. And that's why discipline is important. You're not always going to want to go to the gym. You're not always going to want to study. You're not always going to want to go for that walk or eat a salad. Yes, those things suck sometimes. Finding the motivation to do these things sometimes, they suck. They really do. But discipline says, hey, we're going to do this. We're just going to start. And maybe we don't give 1,000,000% today, but as long as we start, that's all that really matters. Often we blame external factors for our missteps, but upon closer inspections, we might find that the root cause lies within us. Our approach, our mindset, or our planning might be the culprits. Remember, it's okay to fail. And what's crucial is that we learn from those failures and not to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Like New Year's resolutions, do we even hold ourselves accountable to achieving the goals that we set out? Maybe that's why we forget, because we have no sense of conviction to achieve those things that we so desire. We desire them. We have this raging passion to just accomplish the things that we set out for, because everyone else around us is doing the same thing, and it doesn't last. It doesn't last. So this is why it's important to reevaluate And not just reevaluate our goals, but reevaluate our finances, our relationships, and our mental and physical health. Those things are also important, and those could be factors that determine whether or not we reach the things that we set out to achieve. It's important. It's all important. Your mental state of being is important, and it is a vital or crucial part of you having a successful outcome when setting realistic goals. When it comes to finances, ask yourself, if you're not spending wisely, or if you're living beyond your means, are you saving enough for the future? In terms of relationships, are you surrounding yourself with positive influences who push you to be better? And with your mental and physical health, are you taking the necessary steps to stay fit and healthy? Are you? Sometimes I fall short in that regard as well. But we have to take care of ourselves. If we're not taking care of ourselves, we can't achieve our goals. Because we're going to falter. We're going to have bad days. We're going to get depressed. We are. But the healthier we are mentally, the more fit we are mentally. When those things happen, those missteps, those curveballs that life likes to throw our way, when those things occur, guess what? It won't set us back. The answers may not always be pleasant, but they're necessary for growth. This introspection, it will help us, identify areas where you need to focus your energy and resources. You have to look within and reevaluate your circumstances. How did you end up where you are today? Why are you not hitting the goals that you're setting out? Why can't you seem to just break through when you're working so hard and your hard work is not getting you anywhere? Why is it that you can't seem to be content in the things that you desire? Why can't you just be happy? What is stopping you from reaching your full potential? Without introspection or reevaluation, if you don't know where you are or how you got to where you are, then you're going to continue to stray away from the path that is going to lead you to where you need to be. In order for you to become the best version of yourself, you should create a system that works for you. And that's why the reevaluation process is so important and essential. The system that you create, it should align with your goals and be flexible enough to adapt to unexpected, events and situations. Say that for some reason, you're on a diet, but then you realize that it's your best friend's birthday party. Enjoy. Yes, it's true that you went on a diet to lose weight, but you also have to live life. Don't go to the birthday party and not have a slice of cake, not eat, the food. It's just a moment. Enjoy the moment. But remember to still be focused, be vigilant, be disciplined enough to know your environment, and that in each environment it requires different things. Because you're at this party, guess what? You're going to enjoy the party within moderation. Enjoy the party, have a good time, live life. A balanced life is a good life. We should have a balance of discipline and room for relaxation, meaning that, yes, we're going to work hard at the gym, but it's okay to have ice cream too. This is also ensuring that you're not overworking yourself, because if you realize that you eating healthy is just too much for you mentally because you're not enjoying life, then why would you stay committed to it? You're going to feel burnt out and unsatisfied. And you're going to seek satisfaction by just jumping into the things that you love, and then you're not going to maybe get in the best shape that you thought you were going to go into because you were just so hyper-focused on not enjoying anything because you thought you had to give everything up 100%, that you deprive yourself of all these things that now your brain craves them even more. And the more you deprive, the more your brain craves. And as you're going down this path, guess what? You're going to overindulge. And then you're just going to forget that New Year's resolution. That's how it died. Remember, the journey is that becoming the best version of yourself is a marathon and not a sprint. It takes time, patience, and a lot of self-love. When you mess up or you fall short, remember, it's okay for you to forgive yourself as you would forgive anyone else. So as we embark on this new year, let's throw out the resolution and instead reflect, reevaluate, and create a system with realistic goals and work towards becoming the best you. That's the best thing you can do. Become the best you. And I'm so thankful for you joining us, for this insightful episode. Here's to growth in this new year, positivity and self-improvement. When reflecting on the past year, there are several keys to, ensuring that you're successful, in my opinion, of course. Maybe other people have more or less, but I would like to focus on these. So bear with me for just a moment as I collect my thoughts. Achievements and success. Look back on what you accomplished, including, both big and small achievements. And this will help you identify your strengths, and it's going to allow you to boost your confidence. We all have challenges and failures. So reflect also on the difficulties you faced and the mistakes you made and the lesson you learned from these experiences. This can help you understand your areas of improvement, your goals and aspirations. Consider the goals that you set for yourself at the beginning of the year. Did you achieve them? If not, why? This reflection can help you set more realistic goals for the next year. Relationships. Think about the relationships in your life. Are they positive and supportive? Have you made any new connections? Have some of your relationships ended? And how have these relationships influenced your current state of life? Your health and well-being. Reflect on your physical, mental, and emotional health. Have you taken steps to improve your health and well-being? Are there areas in your life that you need to focus on more? Maybe in your life, you don't need to focus heavily on your mental health. Maybe you need to focus on your physical health, or vice versa. Your personal growth. Consider your growth as an individual. What new skills have you learned? Have you grown emotionally and mentally? Have you stepped out of your comfort zone? The expression is diamonds are formed under pressure. Have you put more or less pressure on yourself? A lot of times if you're going through a rough time, that could mean that you're growing. Sometimes if things are just too smooth, it could mean that you're lacking or you're in denial about your current state of being. Finances. Review your financial situation. Have you achieved your financial goals? Are there areas where you need to improve? Maybe you need to save more. Maybe you need to invest. Or maybe you need to spend a little bit more money on yourself. Maybe enjoy money for the tool that it is. Some people have money, but they hoard it. They don't use it to go on vacation. They don't use it to just feel good every once in a while. That is healthy. It is healthy to spend money at times within reason to feel good. It is a tool after all. Now, by focusing on these areas, you can gain a comprehensive perspective of your year and learn from your experiences and plan more effectively for the year ahead. Reflecting on challenges and failures is a crucial part of our growth and development. I want you to see how this can help you. In life, there's always a lesson to learn. Every failure comes with a lesson, and reflection helps you to extract these valuable lessons and understand what you could do differently next time. Building resilience. Facing challenges and failures can be tough. Yes, life sucks sometimes. Life is crap at times. These are true. But reflecting on them helps you to build resilience. You have to face the beast that's in front of you at times. And sometimes it's painful to reopen old wounds. But it encourages you to accept the failures that are a part of your life. And they're a stepping stone towards the new you and your success. It's also important to highlight your weaknesses. Reflect on those areas. Sometimes we're lacking, and it's okay for us to say that, hey, we're lacking. Because if you're not honest with it, who are you hurting? When you live in denial, you hurt you. And if you hurt you, guess what? A lot of times you end up hurting those around you as well. Highlight the areas in which you just hit the ground running. Be specific. Be knowledgeable about who you are. Know your resources. Once you identify your weaknesses, guess what? You can work on strengthening them, but you can't do that by running away from them. You need to encourage yourself to be more adaptable. Reflect on failures can also help you become more adaptable, because when you reflect on your failures, yes, that's a negative thing. Failing is not always positive, but it could make you a more grounded individual, make you more secure because you have knowledge and experience of why you failed. This also should encourage you to try new strategies and find innovative solutions to, finding what works for you. Enhancing your decision-making skills, because now you're more refined. You make a mistake, you correct it, and even if you fail, you now have more opportunities to become more efficient. You also have more time to learn. When you learn what works, you also know what doesn't work. It's kind of like if you failed 1,000 times at making the light bulb, guess what? You now know 1,000 ways to not make a light bulb. So there is a lesson to be learned in our failures. There is. We must not only understand the things that we're lacking in or our failures, but we must also acknowledge them. And it's a part of the process of improvement. It sucks. But also, it's just the journey of life. Some parts are going to be sweet, some parts are going to be painful. But the past is the past. And the future is for you to determine. Personally, I don't have New Year's resolutions. I simply just have long-term and short-term goals. I have 6-month goal, a 1-year goal, 3-year goal, 5-year goal, and a 10-year goal. And I evaluate my goals quarterly. I would say that I know exactly what percentage my success rate was for 2023, which made me, I'm quite disappointed in myself actually, because I was batting at an 82%, completion of my goals or accomplishing my goals. Out of a list of 100 things, I was only able to accomplish 82 of them last year. And the reason, being was that I spent the least amount of time, 2023, working on myself than at any other point in my adult life. I focused heavily on my career. And that was my biggest misstep of 2023. I worked harder on everything else than myself. And I don't think that I'll ever make that mistake again. And I surely hope I don't. Because it made me feel as though rolling into 2024 that I was still in 2023 because some of the stuff from 2023 spilled over into 2024. And that's not something that sits well with me, my soul, or who I am as a person. I don't like leaving things unfinished. So I've made adjustments, since then to not repeat the same mistakes twice. And I would advise everyone to do the same. Reevaluate and make adjustments. You have your goal, but see to it that at some point you sit down to see how your progression is going. Not just, hey man, I messed up. See, this is why I messed up, but I plan to get from this point to this point by this time. Those are little things that will help you. And again, I'd like to reiterate that this is a marathon, not a sprint. Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time. And it's okay to fall here and there. You're going to pick yourself up, though. You're going to keep moving forward. Because this journey is not a journey of perfection. It's a journey of growth and development and self-improvement. And that's the only thing that matters, is that you know that no matter how big or how small your successes are, they're yours, and no one can take that away from you. So with this new year, the dawn of this new year, just focus on one thing at a time until you get to that 82, 83%, 100%, whatever. The small successes add up. Maybe sometimes just make a few goals that are just absolutely ridiculous, just so that your brain can get into the habit of a routine and a habit of you actually accomplishing things. For example, maybe you tell yourself that every day when you wake up, you're just going to take a deep breath in the mirror and check that off your list every single day. It's yours. You define what's important to you. Maybe you tell yourself that every day I'm going to do 3 push-ups. 3. As ridiculous as it sounds, it seems very, very easy, but if you do 3 push-ups every single day, your brain now knows that you're committed to something. You've now trained your body and your brain to be committed to something. Even though it's 3 push-ups, you are dedicated and you have disciplined yourself to this cause of 3 push-ups each day. And no one can take that away. No one can take that victory away from you. It's yours. And that victory is simply just going to have this snowball effect that's going to keep tumbling and tumbling and tumbling, and it's going to create a pattern of successes. You are your best success. And the best success story is your personal success story. Be you, love yourself, and keep improving. And I would like to take this time to also thank Oleron Productions for the amazing work that they're doing and the things that they're working on. I am simply ecstatic and truly honored to be working with genius. That's just the best word I could think of. Genius and innovation, and we have some amazing things coming out soon. So thank you, Oleron Productions. I am so excited and I'm so blessed, and I'm wishing everyone a happy new year and growth and success in many shapes. And I hope that everyone feels fulfilled this year. And this is your year, and this is your time. This is your clean slate. So start fresh and do your best. If you enjoyed today's content, please like and subscribe for more.